What's up guys and welcome to Shelf Locked, the series where we can only collect 100 items and that's it. Once the shelves are full, then we swap things out with new stuff that we might want to replace it in the collection. Now this season is all about nostalgia. What better way to feel nostalgia than the ultimate thing? Toys, action figures, our childhood toys. Stuff that means so much to us, and here's why. Let me give you a scenario. Picture this. You're 8 years old, you're sitting at home, you're playing a video game. That video game is designed by somebody. You're seeing an artistic vision made by a developer. You're traveling through their mind in a way of the ideas that they have presented you. You're playing through their story, their ideas, their characters, and you really appreciate what they're putting out. Now, toys, the opposite side of the spectrum. What do we hit with toys? What's the difference in nostalgia in toys and video games? Super simple. One word.
Imagination.
Imagination. Think about it. You have a toy, let's say G.I. Joe, let's say Spider-Man, let's say X-Men, any toy, and you have that singular toy and a white canvas behind. You make your own adventure. You're making your own memories in the world that you build them in. I've heard people say, oh, I played with the Powerpuff Girls and she was playing with a Barbie, and it's like two worlds that will never come together, meshed together. And that's the beauty of toys, is nostalgic memories in toys that you played with growing up. Maybe you did have the Jurassic Park set and they did fight each other, or you had dinosaurs that they were capturing, which was what was intended. Or maybe out of nowhere, the people from Jurassic Park noticed Hulk came out of nowhere and started attacking them. Like, it's just events like that and stories like that that you as a developer made yourself. So you are your own creative wisdom. You have the imagination to have freedom in these toys. And so we're here at Retro Expo, and this weekend is all about toys. This is a show that's nostalgically themed, okay? You can find video games, you can find toys, you can find stories, things, memories that you've been through. We can meet voice actors as well. Great people are out here. Edward James Olmos is out here actually. Lunchy wants to meet him because he was the dad for Selena. Now we'll see if we pick anything up, which would be super fun if we could. But the main thing I want to really focus on here is I want to go around and ask people, what does nostalgia mean for you and toys? And today's episode honestly is going to be centered around that as well. So the question for you guys to answer at home today, what does nostalgia with toys mean to you? So here we are entering Retro Expo. I'm so excited to take a look around this venue of just nostalgia. Let's begin.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales, woo! Every day.
Bam, what does toy nostalgia mean to you?
So toy nostalgia, to me what it means is family. So when we were growing up, my grandma had 18 kids, okay? So I had an abundant amount of cousins. Cousin Brian, the closest one, I was 2. We would play G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles. So when I see the toys that I have in my booth, that's what brings back the memories. And 2, now, having other toys as far as girl toys that my wife brings, other toys that you see, to see people's faces light up, bringing that nostalgia back to them, the happiness that it brings is why we sell what we sell. That's what toys mean to me.
Toys are super cool. I mean, take for instance Super Mario Bros. 3. This is a Happy Meals display box, but you would get these toys if you had a Happy Meal back in the 80s or 90s. No, it would be 90s. But it's so cool. I mean, these toys were just just out there. A popper jumping Mario, paratrooper hoops. I don't even know what that means. That Goomba flips around. That's cool. But like, the cool thing about toys is there's just, the possibilities are endless. There's so many toys to go through. I mean, for example, here's a Batman coin bank. Like, you would store your coins in there. How cool is that? Like, all these licenses that are out there for all this kind of stuff. Here's a Batman Returns Bunchy's favorite Batman. Gumball machine? Talking gumball bank. I wonder if it comes with gumballs too. Gumballs not included, thank God. I would have ate them. Guys, check out this awesome Mega Man full. What is this? This is like a little center, fully charged, over 10 action features in one set. So his gun opens up and it has like all this little cool stuff in it. This is cool, and for 50 bucks even now, this is dope. This is so cool. But you would have stuff like this that exists, and it's like so awesome to just have this cool stuff that just exists. Like, there's a Logan Paul doll right here. There's some Oreo Pokemon. That's not toys, but I'd eat them. There's, Bunchy pointed this out. 1995 brand new Street Sharks, I think is what they're called, right?
And it has gumballs.
And Jawbreakers. Oh my gosh, it's even worse. I would have gone, and then I would have probably broken my teeth. Do you guys remember, and this isn't exactly it, what was it called, Lunchy? Tech deck. Not a tech deck, but look, you can put these little finger things on you, these shoe finger things on you, and then you can do trick. Oh my gosh, dude, tech decks were the dopest thing when I was a kid. And then you had Tech Bike, I think is what it's called, which are the bike versions, which are also cool. It's like a Sully toy. That's cool. What if it talks? It does not. So cool. Chief always has some of the coolest toys out there. Look, a gun.
Well, no.
Oh, it's an air glider launcher. That's super cool. Some Street Fighter toys, G.I. Joe Street Fighter toys. There's Balrog. There's some cool stuff, man. Toys, just endless amount of toys that exist out there for anybody's fandom. All right, Chief, what does nostalgia in toys mean to you?
Oh, that's a good question. To put it in one word, memories. Everything you see here is what I grew up with. To be honest with you, if you could take it with you, you would, wouldn't you? To say the least, if you can fill yourself with these type of memories, you would have no bad days. I have a room dedicated completely to my nostalgic memories, and it doesn't matter what kind of bad day I'm having, as long as I walk in there, you walk in with a smile.
Toys. One of the best memories I have was I had this like purple mosquito alien toy. If anybody knows what it is, I have no idea what that toy was. But I would say that toy right there was one of my favorite ones I ever played with. Playing in the sandbox, playing on those car mats. If you guys remember those car mats that you would drive the Hot Wheels on and you would have like this awesome adventure. But the canvas given to you as a kid with all these toys was just a white canvas. You took those toys, you made the stories, you made the adventures, you were the developer. That's the beauty of a toy. Let's take a look around, see a couple toys, and we'll kind of just talk about a couple things.
So nostalgia with toy for me is it references like the past where you're a childhood. For example, this is a Burger King Pokemon Happy Meal toy, or Kids Meal toy I should say, since it was Burger King. And I traded it off to someone else when I was a kid. Then the kid gave me a Gyarados. I kept getting that all the time, and I wanted a Blastoise. And this at Retro Expo, I was finally able to reclaim the Blastoise that released over 20 years ago. I get the memories of childhood, like being in present day, but feel like a kid again, and feel the retro, feel just like happiness again. I'm very glad like everyone's able to come here, get the childhood they want to reclaim, or just experience again.
All right, Nick, what does nostalgia in toys mean to you?
Nostalgia in toys. I mean, that's a very good question. Nostalgia in toys, it just brings that feeling of a time where I can remember with life was simple, you know, having my parents around, enjoying the moment, and whenever I see some of the vintage items and toys that I get, it just brings me back to that nostalgia memory, that simple time in that period when I, enjoyed being a young kid with my parents and just having fun and enjoying toys.
All right, Crazy Loco's here. What does nostalgia in toys mean to you?
Honestly, bro, anything from my childhood. I'm an 80s kid, but, I got all the hand-me-downs from my brother. He's 10 years older than me, so it kind of worked out. So anything from like 80s to 90s for me is nostalgia.
What does nostalgia in toys mean to you?
Boston Mike loves nostalgia, all right? It's everything. It's your childhood, reliving it. If you had a great childhood or not, you have memories of something in your childhood that was great. Being able to rebuy it, this is going to continue for years. There's going to be kids 50 years from now collecting what's hot right now, little boo-boos, these, So nostalgic is huge. And the fact that we were able to relive our childhood is epic for me. I mean, being a G.I. Joe fanatic and wrestling, it's everything.
Toys are something that's super cool. Check out, for instance, these Toy Story 2 toys. Now, Jessie looks a little cursed, I ain't gonna lie. She looks like she's like staring and like wants to like murder you at some point. It's pretty terrifying. But these are super cool. I actually remember the drawstring Woody when he originally came out. The Buzz figure, Dino had one, what was his name? Rex. Rex was his name. Rex had a toy and so many other ones for this series. These are so memorable. When I hold these, again, I remember making my own story, making my own game as I played with these toys as a kid, and I loved them, or taking them in cars. Toy Story is a great example of just like how we acted with our toys as kids. Like, I actually did think my toys did come to life. I was kind of crazy like that as a kid, but super cool nonetheless. So here's what I'm talking about, right? You had these two characters, by the way, Mace Windu turns and anyways, we're not gonna talk about that. But I would take this and maybe like Batman and Mace Windu would both fight each other, They actually kind of kissed there, but that's, besides the point. But they would just fight, and that's what I would do as a kid, and it's super fun. This Batman's really cool though. Like, I like the cape, the cloth cape. That's so how do you describe it? Unique in a way, I guess. I don't know what you want to say about it, but really cool Batman figure and a Mace Windu. They have some Thanos. This guy who's like really happy to be alive. Like, yeah, I'm alive. Like you would do cool voiceovers and stuff like that. Oh man, some Kiss toys. There's just some really cool stuff here. Tanjiro Kamado figure, some just, you know, cool stuff. Even a Yoshi on a little four-wheeler. Look at that, quad bike. What? It seems to be remote control, to be honest. Maybe, yeah, maybe. It's either remote control or it's gotta be remote control. That's cool though. That's really, really cool. Guys, next booth. This is the booth that Blunchy told me to come to because she said this was the one that you can just find some cool stuff. And honestly, we did. Look at all these these beanbag plushies from, I think these have been like 99. There's actually a tag on one of these. I think they're 99. They're 90. Jigglypuff, Squirtle, Charizard, Meowth, Mewtwo, Ivysaur, Heracross. I mean, these and a coughing as well. These are so cool. I remember playing with these all the time when I was a kid, and I loved these things. The vendor says they are 10 bucks each, and I actually think I'm gonna probably buy all of them, so we'll see what he can do for all of them, because these are just so cool to me. We're gonna keep looking around. I mean, look at just all this cool stuff. I want all those. I know I want all those. Look, some old school, that's old. You can tell that's vintage. It's Japanese, I know that. Hey, this Let's Go Yoshi, we have this. I found it out of box. That's so cool. I didn't know, well, I knew there was probably a big box. But look at this awesome stuff. I mean, like take for example, like these giant figures, right? Iron Giant, okay?
Yeah, I like that one.
This is so cool. It's like, imagine just being a kid using this and just like, and then Charizard comes out of nowhere and like blows them up or something. Like that's just something so memorable and so nostalgic that it's just such a wonderful memory to go through. Even the gigantic, I think this is Megazord Neo, or is it Zeo? One of those two, but like that's just something, Power Ranger stuff, so cool to look at. You guys know I collect Beetleborg stuff as well, and I'm looking for Beetleborg stuff. Hopefully we can find some this weekend. But Chikorita, you know, with like, it's like a little, whoa, like, there it is. Something like that. But just so many just cool stuff. Look at these. Oh, look at that Chansey. That's old. I know that. That's a vintage Chansey. Actually, I think all these are. Yeah, look. Little Charmeleon. I kind of want these too. Guys, we're going to see if we can make it. Oh my gosh, it's the mini ones. Whoa, that's so cool. Okay, let's see what we can do. See what we can work out. 200 bucks. $200. Bucket of toys and another bag of stuff. There's some like spinny ones in here. I'll have to show off a little bit. I'm very excited. $200. I've never spent that much on toys. Was it a win? Let me know. What does nostalgia in toys mean to you?
My childhood. Playing with them, Powerpuff Girls, Dexter. I wish I had Courage toys, but it just reminiscing on the good old days. That's it. That's it.
What?
That's it.
What?
That's it.
I completely forgot to record an outro during the show. It's been over for like 2 weeks now, so I can't go back and do it. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. We do appreciate every single day you guys check us out. It means so much. We hit 1K subscribers over this weekend, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to finally hit a K in subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all the support out there and all the love you guys give us every single day. It means so much. And the question of today's video is, what was your most nostalgic toy as a kid? Let us know. I'm a culture gamer, and now you are too.